Why are southern separatists doing this now?
Well, they clearly see an opportunity. They have had these tensions with government loyalists for a long time. But one theory is that the United Arab Emirates may have nudged these southern separatists to take this action now because the UAE might well see an opportunity at this point to try and gain more influence in Yemen through the Southern Transitional Council and at the expense of Saudi Arabia. So you really have to see this declaration of self-rule on two levels, I think. One is the tension between the southern separatists and the government loyalists, but also the tensions between the Saudis and the Emiratis. It's no secret that the UAE has been frustrated with Saudi Arabia over the conduct of this the direction of this military campaign in Yemen, and it's pretty obvious that the Saudis are trying to get out of this morass in Yemen, and therefore it's an opportunity for the UAE, as I said, through their allies in southern Yemen, to try and gain more influence in the country and to achieve more of their goals than was possible previously when the UAE was more closely tied to the Saudis in the earlier stages of this conflict.
And Armen, what does this move from the southern separatists mean for the war as a whole over in Yemen?
It means more chaos. It means that the situation in the south is going to be very messy now. Remember, there already were clashes between the southern separatists and government loyalists in Aden in August 2019. So we've already seen those hostilities in the past. And it means the collapse of this previously united front against the Houthi rebels, because of course previously the Southern Transitional Council and the government, the internationally recognized government, they had this agreement that was in opposition to the Houthis. Well, that agreement is now gone. It's down the drain. So that probably is, at least in the short term, good news for Houthi rebel commanders who will now be watching from a distance as these tensions erupt in the south. And essentially this means that there's probably a little less pressure on Houthi rebel positions, because obviously the pro-government forces will now have to deal with what's going on in the south and put the focus on that rather than dealing with the Houthi rebels. And overall, I suppose one has to say this puts those UN proposals to bring peace to Yemen even further on the back burner.